In the depths of Earth's ancient past, creatures more terrifying than your darkest nightmares roamed the planet. Forget Jurassic Park. These monsters came from Earth's deeper, darker history. While dinosaurs may dominate our collective imagination, they were far from the only terrors to stalk the primordial world. Prepare yourself for a journey into the shadows of prehistory, where beasts so monstrous lurked that they could give even the mighty T-Rex sleepless nights. Long before the first dinosaur took its first step, and long after the last one fell, these ancient horrors ruled supreme. They swam in seas of blood, soared through skies of terror, and stalked lands where death was the only constant. These weren't just animals. They were nature's most perfect killing machines, honed by millions of years of brutal evolution. Our first nightmare comes from the depths of the prehistoric oceans. Megalodon, a name that strikes fear into the hearts of paleontologists and marine biologists alike. This wasn't just a shark. It was the ultimate apex predator of the seas. With a bite force that could crush a car like a tin can, Megalodon made the great white shark look like a minnow in comparison. Its jaws, lined with teeth the size of butcher knives, could swallow a modern whale whole. The oceans trembled at its approach, and for good reason. This was a hunter so powerful, so relentless, that it reigned unchallenged for millions of years. But the terrors of the ancient world weren't confined to the seas. On land, a monster straight out of your worst crocodilian nightmares awaited its prey. Sarcosuchus, the super croc, was no ordinary reptile. Growing to lengths of over 30 feet and weighing as much as 8 tons, this beast was a living tank. Its armor-plated hide could shrug off attacks that would have felled lesser creatures, while its massive jaws could snap a dinosaur's spine like a twig. In the murky rivers and swamps of prehistoric Africa, Sarcosuchus was the undisputed king. Yet not all prehistoric terrors were giants. Some horrors came in smaller, but no less nightmarish packages. Enter Arthropleura, a creature that would make even the bravest soul's skin crawl. Picture a millipede, but one that stretched up to 8 feet in length. This armored monstrosity scuttled through the ancient forests, its countless legs working in horrifying unison. While not a predator, the sheer alien nature of Arthropleura is enough to send shivers down the spine of any time traveler unfortunate enough to encounter it. From the land, we return to the water, but not to the open seas. In the shallow coastal waters of the Devonian period lurked Helicoprion, a sea scorpion of monstrous proportions. Stretching up to 9 feet long, this aquatic horror combined the worst aspects of crustaceans and arachnids. Its powerful claws could slice through flesh and bone with terrifying ease, while its speed in the water made it an inescapable death sentence for its prey. Helicoprion was a living reminder that sometimes the most terrifying monsters come in unexpected forms. But if you thought the horrors of the prehistoric world were confined to the distant past, think again. Titanoboa slithered through the jungles of South America just 60 million years ago. A blink of an eye in geological terms. This 42-foot-long serpent was no mere snake. It was a living embodiment of primal fear, capable of crushing and swallowing crocodiles whole. Titanoboa was a predator of such immense power that it dominated its ecosystem for millions of years. In a world still reeling from the extinction of the dinosaurs, Titanoboa proved that nature's capacity for creating nightmares was far from exhausted. Long before the first mammals dared to evolve, the Permian period saw the rise of a predator so fierce, so perfectly adapted to killing, that it dominated the land for millions of years. The Gorgonopsid, with its saber-like teeth and powerful build, was the stuff of nightmares. This creature combined the worst aspects of modern big cats and prehistoric terrors. Its jaws could open to unnatural angles, allowing it to deliver a killing bite that would have made a T-Rex envious. In the harsh world of the Permian, the Gorgonopsid reigned supreme, a testament to nature's ability to create the perfect predator. But perhaps the most terrifying creature of all lurked in the ancient seas, so utterly alien that it defies easy description. Dunkleosteus was an armored fish that grew to the size of a great white shark, but that's where any comparison to modern creatures ends. This beast didn't have teeth. It had something far worse. Its jaws were like a living guillotine, bony plates that could slice through anything unfortunate enough to find itself between them. In the primordial oceans, Dunkleosteus was an unstoppable force of nature, a creature so perfectly adapted to killing that it survived virtually unchanged for millions of years. Yet even Dunkleosteus pales in comparison to our next horror. Leviathan, a prehistoric whale that turned the tables on its own kind. This wasn't just a whale. It was a leviathan that hunted other whales. With teeth over a foot long and a bite force that could crush bone, Leviathan was the apex predator of its time. It roamed the ancient oceans, a living embodiment of nature's capacity for creating monsters. In a world where being big was often the key to survival, Leviathan proved that sometimes the biggest beast is also the most terrifying. But size isn't everything in the world of prehistoric terrors. Sometimes the most nightmarish creatures come in unexpected packages. Enter Helicoprion, a shark-like fish with a feature so bizarre, so utterly alien, that it seems more at home in a horror movie than in the fossil record. Its lower jaw housed a spiral of teeth, a living buzzsaw that could slice through prey with terrifying efficiency. In the dark depths of the ancient oceans, Helicoprion was a silent killer, its circular saw of teeth ready to unleash devastation on anything in its path. Our final terror brings us back to land, to a world where even the ground beneath your feet wasn't safe. Pulmonoscorpius, a scorpion that grew to over 3 feet in length, was a living nightmare. Armed with powerful claws and a venomous sting, this creature was a predator par excellence. In the steamy swamps and forests of the Carboniferous period, Pulmonoscorpius was a force to be reckoned with, a reminder that in the prehistoric world, danger could come from the most unexpected places. As we emerge from this journey through Earth's terrifying past, one thing becomes clear. The world of prehistoric life was far more diverse, far more nightmarish than we often imagine. These creatures, each a perfect killing machine in its own right, ruled land, sea, and sky long before and long after the age of dinosaurs. They were the products of millions of years of evolution, honed by the brutal crucible of survival. In the end, we're left with a chilling question. Of all these ancient horrors, which one would you least want to meet face to face in the wild? As you ponder that, remember, the prehistoric world was a place where nightmares walked the earth, swam the seas, and soared through the skies. And who knows? Perhaps somewhere in the unexplored depths of our modern oceans, or in the uncharted corners of our world, the descendants of these terrors still lurk waiting for their moment to remind that nature's capacity for creating monsters is far from exhausted.